Last week, I read an opinion piece by a climate scientist.
Opinion
Who writes,
piece. Check
if you
out
knew
some
what
links,
I
boys.
know, you'd be terrified too. Well, I read it, and I'm still standing upright rather than flat in bed screaming into a pillow. Did I do?
You too. Come watch. DZTH479 C list plus kernel 0 GQCWX0 Corsic 1YXG3 to index 46.
Forsen.
How did it make that? Why did it read that shit out? It should not read that shit out. I am clueless as to how that happened.
Do something wrong? Should I be terrified? Should you be terrified? Should we all be terrified? Let's have a look. I had high expectations when I read Bill McGuire's article on the CNN opinion page. Nothing quite like a little bit of existential dread to go with breakfast. But the only new thing the article taught me is that there was a recent study in the UK which found that, quote, scary images of wildfires and other climate-related catastrophes around the world were effective at cultivating climate anxiety. Oh, great. And that they spurred people to adopt measures that help to reduce emissions. Basically, this climate scientist is advocating that we scare people into action. Hey, let's start a climate horror movie night to save the planet. This mindset is concerningly widespread. For example, also just last week, I saw a press release from researchers
Hi,
at
Forsen.
Penn State, which
Looking
says
great
virtual
today.
reality
Did you
is
do
better
to the
than video
gym
for
by any
evoking
chance?
fear,
No.
spurring climate action. And
No
the
gym
study
for me.
findings may help advocacy groups to
Actually,
decide
I
how
don't
to best
really
frame and
care.
deliver their
What I care
messages.
about
I'm
is...
indeed terrified that scientists upon
That's right.
manipulating
A
people
title
alleviate
modification. Why is it always game and shit?
Because that's all we do on this channel. Games and shit.
expect that from advocacy groups, that they'll try to appeal to your emotions rather than reasoning. But I'd wish that scientists stick with informing people. So let me give you some information about the climate developments in the past month, and then you can make up your own mind about whether it's time to be terrified. The last year was the warmest on record in terms of global temperatures. It also saw a peculiar temperature anomaly in the North Atlantic Ocean, where temperatures went off the charts. The global temperature records have continued into this year, and so has the temperature anomaly in the Atlantic Ocean, though at the moment it looks like at least it's stopped to further increase. Part of the record temperatures can be attributed to a natural climate fluctuation known as
I have
the
a hot
Southern
take.
Oscillation.
Chat
that switches
spam was
back and
better
forth
before
between
said the emote became a thing. Now every other spam is somehow related to ejaculating. Fuck you, chat.
True.
El Nino phase and a colder La Nina phase. Last year, we switched to the warmer one. These phases typically last 1 or 2 years, but according to a projection from NOAA just last week, the current warmer phase is weakening already, and it now looks like we're going to switch back to the colder one by the summer. Together with the expected regression to the mean, this makes it somewhat unlikely that this year will be much hotter than the previous one. What's with this temperature anomaly in the North Atlantic Ocean? Climate scientists have considered various possible causes, such as a decline in emissions from ships after a change of law in 2020 or an underwater volcano eruption. However, other scientists say that these influences wouldn't be large enough to explain the observation. So basically no one knows, but clearly it's aliens installing hot tubs underwater. Just wait until Avi Loeb gets on the case. What this means is that at the moment it's unclear whether these are normal fluctuations or an indicator for a trend that no one expected. Some climate scientists say it might be that global warming is accelerating. Some say the observations are still within the range of what to expect if the current climate models are right. In January, I told you that there had been a paper by Hans Hansen and collaborators, saying that climate scientists have underestimated the equilibrium climate sensitivity. The equilibrium climate sensitivity, in a nutshell, tells you how quickly the world will warm. The Hansen et al. Study was a reanalysis of old data, by which I mean, fossil records and ice cores and stuff. There has now been another study of data in the more recent past, since the 1980s. They confirm that it's possible that current climate models have in bulk underestimated how fast temperatures will increase. It's because many of these climate models aren't particularly good at getting the temperature distribution in oceans right. It's kind of a known problem. In the new
Alright,